Oh, hey, how y'all doing out there this morning? Listen, this morning I'm going to come at y'all with a little personal news because it's happening right here, right near where I live. Just literally just a few miles down the road, you can see the pipeline for a lot of it. And I live in Big Springs, West Virginia, by the way. But a sister had sent me an article this morning talking about the 80. The name of the article was the $84 billion secret in West Virginia, and I told her it wasn't a secret, but I really do sometimes forget to go a little bit deeper on some things so you'll understand that what's going on with West Virginia being sold to the Chinese and the Canadians, and using Russian material to build this infrastructure with. It could be in your backyard next. Matter of fact, it probably is already pipelines by you. There probably is already some kind of fracking rig or some kind of horizontal drilling going on near you, or you already have a storage center near you somewhere. Just ask the people in Houston, Texas, because the people in Houston, Texas know exactly what the hell I'm fixing to be talking about. All right, the $84 billion deal was to get the fracking infrastructure. As I'm going to remind y'all, China runs their whole infrastructure, their power grid, their military, all run off coal seam gas. Coal seam gas comes from fracking. It don't come from anywhere else. It is not natural gas. It is not necessarily LPG gas. LPG is made from coal seam gas, but it's coal seam gas, and it is deadly to get. Comes from old coal beds, which I'm sitting on right now, which the whole Marcellus Shale. This is one of those key places or key areas I want you to look up. The Marcellus Shale. It goes all the way from Maine to Alabama, as I told you before. It's a big coal seam bed, and China has bought this from the United States. Well, the big point about West Virginia, why the Chinese gave the $84 billion deal to the state of West Virginia, is this has always been a resource state, by the way. The people of West Virginia have been being screwed and mind fucked and physically given cancer, PCBs. People are dying here. Have been lied to by the federal government talking about coal as for our national security, making these people think that they're on a battlefront, making the poor people of West Virginia thinking it's the only thing that West Virginians can do is mine coal and allow their water to be poisoned. Beautiful land. You look behind me. I'm in one of the most beautiful places in the world. I'm 5 hours away from the Appalachian Trail. Somewhere else they want to run a pipeline down the Appalachian Trail. On that one, I'm going to say over probably about 50,000 hikers' dead bodies that ain't going to be dead where you run a pipeline down the damn Appalachian Trail. There ain't no way you're going to do that. And this is how crazy and insane we've gotten. So this is why I want you, America, please, to pay attention to what's going on and why they're doing it. Well, right here on the Ohio River, they're already still moving coal barges. You can go to the Ohio River right there at Parkersburg, West Virginia, and all up and down the river, all up and down from there up for sure. It's nothing but natural gas barges, coal barges. Y'all, it's minor hell. West Virginia and this part of Ohio and Pennsylvania, this place is screwed, man. They have fucked this place. I'm not even gonna lie about it. I come up to some places that'll be beautiful, and then right next to it is an 80-foot, 100-foot frac tower. You can smell the chemical water in the evaporation pond. You can see where they literally ripped these mountains apart. They destroyed it. So what are they going to do? They're going to give the people of West Virginia a break. No, see, why West Virginia and the Ohio Valley area over here on the Ohio River is so important to the Chinese. It's because our government, in their infinite wisdom, is going to use eminent domain to go all the way from Pennsylvania all the way down the Ohio River, as far as they feel they need to go, probably all the way. The plans are through Kentucky. So from Pennsylvania to Kentucky, where West Virginia and Ohio meet, and they're going to take that strip and they're going to call it the ASTH. They got this acronym for it now, ASTH, but that stands for the Appalachian Storage and Transportation Hub. They're going to turn this into a nationwide, continent-wide, because Canada's involved in this, by the way. Some of the stuff all the oil that gets refined in Houston, Texas, comes up, and it's going to come through us. Now they can store it here. They can store it for New York, for the big cities around here and whatnot. There goes a frack rig right there. Fuck you, these fucking frackers. That's Dominion here in West Virginia. Kiss my ass. There, Dominion in Energy. There you go. Hey, y'all shoot them a bird too. They just sold out to the Chinese. Dominion, you ain't going to have them jobs no more, son. You're going to have a Chinese man riding right beside you. And I'm going to laugh. I'm going to sit on the side of this road and laugh at these frackers that laugh at me for telling them to quit fracking. So whatever. That's my own personal thing. But this ASTH deal, is they made this a whole, it's a storage and transportation hub. So everything's going to come here to West Virginia. They're going to store it in some of these old wells like they're doing now, where they're re-injecting the frac fluid back into old dry wells that we've just come to find out from Texas and Oklahoma, from the wells that were oil wells that were drilled back in the 1800s and early 1900s, that oil's coming back. Like oil ain't really a fossil fuel, like oil some kind of sludge. So whatever they put in there, it's going to get forced back out over the next 40 to 80 years, just like the stuff happening out west. It's going to happen here in Appalachia. China is leasing this land. They're not buying it. So they don't care about you, West Virginia. They don't care about you, America. Whatever mess they leave, just like Canada has proved with their pipeline, they're not going to send their people to clean up cancerous, toxic material. The Chinese are not going to send their people to clean up. Now, they might take a $500,000 fine. They might take $1 million fine like BP Oil did. Remember when BP Petroleum spilled all their crap out in the Gulf of Mexico, or actually sunk it down on the bottom of bottom of the Gulf of Mexico so they could store their oil, because Bush had just put tariffs on oil storage. So they blow their well, let all the oil out, use this dispersant, let it sink to the bottom. Where they're going to do that same thing here when the Canadians mess up, when the Chinese mess up, when the Russian pipes that your president said he was going to get rid of, when they bust carrying Canadian toxic crap down here, we got to clean it up. So, and I'm going to tell you, every one of you motherfuckers out there, and I'm going to use the word motherfucker, because I'm tired of the poor white folks, or because it ain't just white folks. I live here. Every kind of man and woman and child has been a coal miner. And I'm going to say that again. Every kind of man, woman, and child have been a coal miner over the last 200 years. This is the one time your racism don't mean shit to me. This is one time nothing but poor. Here's where class warfare comes in. Oh, come on back on. Many of you out there think the people of Appalachia deserve what they're getting because they voted in Trump, because Trump promised them coal jobs. These people been brainwashed for 200 years into being told coal is all they got, and that's all they're good for. And then, like I told you earlier, they even think that they're doing it for national security. They almost feel like they're fighting for their country, that they're dying for their country. That's what the kind of mind fuck they put on the people in Kentucky and West Virginia in these coal mines over the last 200 years. So I want you to think about that before you blame these people for anything. Another thing, I'm just going to remind everybody, they didn't vote Trump in. Hillary Clinton won the popular vote by 3.5 million votes. Remember? The New World Order Electoral College that makes sure they get who they want in. They put in their New World Order puppet Trump. So don't get that wrong. Don't ever mistake that Trump got voted in. Trump got put in by the energy companies, by the Chinese, by the Russians, that all got their money, all their billions and trillions of dollars are invested into the resource nation called America. They already bought Australia. They've already bought the Caribbean. They've already bought South America. Look at what's going on in Venezuela. Well, you think that assassination attempt on that president down there with some ragtag terrorist group? No, that was the United States. Look, the very next day, Venezuela, who is in an oil production glut, all of a sudden started getting oil up to the United States, didn't they? They own this, y'all. They own this. But here's the thing. I'm telling you all this, what's going on. And I'm not saying this I'm going to say this in the most legal and responsible American citizen kind of way, concerned American citizen way I can say this. I see Chinese energy companies. I see Chinese oligarchs, rich billionaires, trillionaires, buying American and leasing American land and buying our national resources, taking away from Americans. That's going to kill Americans. I see the Canadians do the same thing to us, coming over the border and doing the same thing, but we can't even go across the border to Canada. We got a damn DUI, but good Lord mighty, they can come down here and spill their toxic shit. They're in bed with the Russians because all this, look at this infrastructure around you has been built with Russian steel. and Russian engineering, because they're one of the best at pipelines. The 2.6 million miles of pipelines, about 70% of it have been done by Russian engineers, because like I said, that's what some people are good at stuff. The fracking alone is fixing to make a comeback like you ain't never seen, because now they have laws in place to where they can drill down and then go across the land, but they can come under your land whether you like it or not. They can get in, they can go anywhere they want. They made it legal to horizontally frack any direction they want, as long as the well's on their land. It's all been set up against you. If somebody's attacking you in your home, and the people in place, the people that you voted for and that you counted on, that are in place to protect you, are not there to protect you, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So I'm going to ask the people of West Virginia, because this is beyond coal mining. This is beyond your old jobs, your old way of life, the crappy way you've been treated your whole fucking existence here in America. Been treated as bad or as worse as a black man or the Mexican man or any other minority. You're the coal miner. They don't care about you. You're going to take care of your kids now? Are we going to take care of a brother and a sister now? Are we going to take care of our backyard now? Because what nobody went out to help the Indians out in the Dakotas, the No Dapple, remember? The people coming out there and helping. And in the end, what happened? The National Guard came in, fully armed, and the last person standing at an Indian teepee to protect the elders was a black man, by the way, and was sitting there saging it. That was peaceful protest, y'all. I'm going to just, in a little bit of hindsight, and leave the fucking politics out of it. When the militia showed up at the Bundy Ranch, I watched the BLM back down, which is the Bureau of Land Management. I watched them back down like the pussies that they are. We're at a point in time where they're going to keep pushing us into corners, and we're going to quit. We're not backing out like we should. Like, hey, man, get out of my face. You're killing me. You're not going to kill me. You're not going to kill my kids. You hear me, United States federal government? You hear me, you Chinese bastards? You hear me, you Canadian government? You hear me, you Russian fucking steel pipeline sellers? You're not going to kill me. You're not going to kill the mother around me. You're not going to kill my Mother Earth. You motherfuckers, you ain't going to kill my Mother Earth. You can make all the money you want. You can do all you want. You're going to quit killing our planet to do it. It's over. It's come a time where we got to sit down, put our foot down, put our fist down like they have, and say it's over. We got to stand up to it. We got to stop every single pipeline out there. Every legal means you have to protect yourself. Not to stop them, not to get your fucking property back from some illegal eminent domain laws. Not from them saying they're going to make America great and better by putting a pipeline up your ass. By you saying, I'm going to live and you're not going to kill me. Everything you're doing right now is killing me, is killing my children, and taking away any future I have. No planet, no life. Motherfucker. No planet for you, no life for you either. So I'm saving your dumb ass too by stopping this. By standing up to it. Better than Dapple. Better than the No Dapple, y'all. And I'm not saying I love you brothers and sisters out there. Namaste. I am your brother. And a brother here that lives here, he did go out there. Steve Hogito here at Bonnie Lee Farm did go out there to help, by the way. So I just want to say that we all do our part the best way we can. You brought attention to a national, I won't say natural, it ain't natural, a national catastrophe out there with the No Dapple protest. And I say protest, or what? The warriors, the water protectors. Well, it's everywhere. We see it in Flint. We see it especially up here in the American northeast of the continental United States of America, especially the northeast. Down there in Florida, they got a red tide from hell. Do you not see everything going on? Out west is burning because it takes 2 million. Let me ask you something, California, while you're burning. It takes 2 million gallons just to frack, the first frack, to get a frack well going. 2 million gallons of water. And the state of California has over 50,000 active fracking wells and has had over 180,000 frack pads fracked just since 2004 to 2003. So you've had 180,000 times 180,000 times 2 million. That's why you ain't got no water, Because you're fucking fracking every fucking thing. I thought you people out there were environmentally smart. How the hell did you allow fracking? But that's it. How did it happen here? So I'm going to stop the blame game. And I'm sorry, brothers and sisters out in California. This is live and I'm upset. Here's the thing. Our West Coast is burning. Our Midwest and Utah, they're going to take the uranium and mine y'all out there. That poison water is going to go somewhere. Look down in the South from Houston, Texas, all the way up the Appalachians. Ain't nothing but millions of miles. A couple million miles of fucking pipelines, y'all, just waiting to bust. They just burned half Alabama just 6-8 months ago. They spilled up in the Carolinas, caught that on fire. They're always busting here and there through Georgia, Mississippi, everywhere. Every pipeline leaks, by the way. 100% of all pipelines leak. But the point is, it ain't just big oil. We've allowed corporations to completely toxify our nation and our lives. Like I said, look from Florida, red tide in Florida, all the burn spots and all through the South up the Appalachians. Now the pipelines. Look at the coal washing stations in Heard County, Georgia. Look at Tuskegee, Alabama, with all the coal washing stations and coal mining, and they don't even use coal. Wow, and it ain't even funny. I hate to laugh, but it's crazy. It's like I said, look at the GMO fields out west with the depleted soil. Go to Ohio, where I used to live in Ohio. Go to Kipton, Ohio. Look up Green Circle Growers. There's your future of food. There's your future of farms, greenhouses. 4 or 5 football fields big. Like you could put 4 or 5 football stadiums in these greenhouses, y'all. And they claim that they only make potted plants for Walmart. You could feed a whole state with one of these setups. We've been sold out. They're, what you gonna do? I mean, what we gonna do? Wait till we're dead? You know, I can sit here and get mad and sling my glasses all I want to. I can sling my hat. I can sling my teeth. It ain't gonna do no good. It's about time we start slinging some fists. It's about time that we physically stop this. Our government, the police, nothing out there is out there to help us. The EPA was taken over by the worst son of a bitch that ever could have gotten the EPA, by the name of Scott Pruitt. And don't think you're flying away free, Scott Pruitt. Look at goddamn Governor of Florida, Rick Scott. Every time a hurricane came up, what did he make it sound like? Oh, everybody in Florida's going to die from this hurricane. No governor before him ever said that. They're like, Floridians, hurricane's coming. You know what to do. They get money ready. He already had millions and millions of dollars for a disaster that ain't even hit yet. Florida used to get money ready to come. They made hurricanes seem fearful. They made everything seem fearful, like you need this government for everything, that they're going to protect you. But look what else Rick Scott did. He allowed them fertilizer companies and them goddamn frackers to get down to the Everglades. Go down to Tampa, Florida. Look at the red tide. Look, I'm from Florida. Will y'all ever tell me red tide's natural? You're damn right it is. Not like this. Not like this. Everything that does happen, that's natural, that does a little bit of minor genocide, depletes oxygen in the water, stuff like that does happen, is damn sure 10 billion% magnified by man's pollution, especially this fertilizer stuff. But when you take big oil, Monsanto's, the fake food, the fertilizer companies, we've let big corporations just take over our lives. Every decision made for us is we not making it. Some corporation think tank made it for you. Some big corporation research group made it for you. If it ain't using petroleum or aluminum, they don't want it. They don't want it unless it's gonna make them rich. Well, here's what I think, we the people. Matter of fact, how about the people of the world, the normal people of the world? I think these corporations are rich enough. How about y'all? Y'all think they're rich enough? I hope they're rich enough to buy some motherfucking security, because we're about ready to kick your fucking ass off this planet. We're tired of you murdering our children. We're tired of you murdering us. And we're tired of you murdering our Mother Earth. This is our Mother Earth. I can look right down here on the ground, right there, and there's medicine. There's plantain seeds. There's plantain leaves. There's wild lettuce. I got 11.5-foot wild lettuce in my backyard. I don't need your dope. I don't need nothing from you. New World Order, you rich motherfucking corporate mummy motherfuckers. I don't need a goddamn thing for you, and neither do these people out here, so you can keep lying to them. But we the people, I'm asking you, are they rich enough yet? Huh? Are they rich enough? Are the corporations rich enough? Because it's time to stop it. It's time to stop it now. I'm going to tell you that. It's time to stop it right now, and this is over. We can't do it no more. We can't do this no more. Look around us. Our government is just literally going across the world acting like an insane asylum group of people murdering out. They make them look good. We just made an assassination attempt on an oil bearing president down there in Venezuela, and the whole world just laughs at us like, oh, it's the U.S. What are we gonna do? Ain't gonna do shit but die at their hand. Now look, we're gonna die anyway, and that's one point I want to make to every single one of you brothers and sisters that I love. Number one, I think the corporations are rich enough. Time to end their reign of terror on this planet. The other thing is, what's wrong with us? What happened to us? I know they were fucking with us, but our unity, our combined energy, our brotherhood, our tribe, all our little tribes coming together for this one big tribe will stop this, y'all. It will stop it. But until we, the people, stand up, the corporations are going to sell us shit and we're going to buy it. Their watchdog, pit bull police are going to beat us and kill us, and we're going to let them do it. Their fake doctors and their fake medicine are going to come and stick needles in your little baby's legs and tell you it's okay, and then send them to some dumbass indoctrinational program they call school and give them an education. No, it's over. It's over. We got to go back to simple living, and we can only go back to simple living by bringing small communities together with an overall consensus. Live and let live is law number one. Do not covet. That's law number one. Let's take the 10 Commandments and turn them upside down and get rid of the last 4. And start with do not covet. Just live your life. Be you. But we got to stop now, y'all. And we got to do it through unity. And this is what I've been trying to candy coat and be nice about for the last 10 years. Letting y'all know that it's got to this point. Our environment is completely shot. Around us are over half our kids now are sick with a chronic illness. When is it going to stop? I'm with you. I don't want to talk about it no more online. And I ain't been talking about it online all my life. So why ain't we getting together in small groups and basically taking these motherfuckers out? And I don't mean taking them out, killing them. I do not advocate the death of another human being. Even you New World Order, lizard-looking motherfuckers, you deserve to live to see the hell that you done undone. But we can destroy the shit in the field. They're destroying it coming through our water. They're destroying my body with tumors and cancer. They're destroying your body with tumors and cancer. So why can't I legally go out there and take down a fracking rig? I'm going to ask anybody out there right now. I'll go in front of any judge and say, Your Honor, I had to drink water, and I went to drinking it out of the ground, Your Honor. But they poison the groundwater because what? Your paper law is killing me. What am I supposed to do, Your Honor? I'll tell any judge and any group of people, any jury of my peers, they were killing me, but I didn't want to kill them. I just stopped their machine. When did that become illegal to break the sword that is cutting off your head? Huh? Is it illegal to break the sword? Is it illegal to unload the gun they're fixing to shoot you with? I don't think so. But I do think it's time we stood up. And I do think that these corporations are rich enough. And I do think that this United States federal government has proved that they work for them and that they are not for we the people, and that we the people need to get our fucking nuts up, need to stand up like the fucking proud nation that we are. I mean, I don't even want to say nation, just the proud people. We are a beacon to the rest of the world. That's why they're mad at us. That's why they look at us and they laugh at us. We're supposed to be a beacon. We're the ones that smack them around. And they're smacking us around, and they've been smacking us around for 50 years. They've been making us hate our brother, and they've been making us sick. And they've been selling us their way of life when our way of life has been better all along, like the rest of the world. Just like I've talked about, indigenous people, the original man, the black man, all their lifestyles were better and healthier than ours. And you can point out any point in history you want. I don't give a fuck. That's just the way it is. Because over half our kids are sick. There ain't never been no other nation with over half their kids being sick. We're the 30th in education. We used to laugh at other countries that were 30th and felt sorry for them. We give them some aid because they're 30th in education. Well, now the United States is, you dumb son of bitches, what the hell's going on? But I think they're rich enough, and I think that it's time to stop it. And I think many of you agree with that. So here's the thing. I do believe that we should be getting in groups and talking about what the hell to do. And I think we should take over some broadcasting. We should take over some TV networks. We should demand at least one channel come out and be a truth channel on that brainwashing TV. Either that or take them TVs and stick them up the New World Order's ass. Because that's all they got on us, y'all. That's all they got. Between me and you talking as brother and sister, all they got is mass communication. They've had it since the 50s. They learned how to program us. That's why TVs are called programs. That's all they got on us. So if we talk instead of looking at a squawk box and listening to it, we'd be fucking okay. We'd listen to each other talk. I don't care if you listen to a brother talk on video. I don't care if he's listening to a brother talk on the TV. But when you listen to the TV now, you hear what they want you to say. They're all saying the same thing. How many more videos they got to put up to hear they're all saying the same thing word for word verbatim? They hardly even change emotional context of their face when they say shit. All these networks are hooked up. So why ain't we talking to each other like this? I don't need to be the only one out here saying, I'm tired of this. I think the corporations are rich enough, and I think we need to stick our foot up their ass and tear down their infrastructure. I think you think that too. So why don't you get out there and talk about it a little bit? Well, I'll talk about it, and we'll all talk about it, and we'll keep this going. Because we the people are all we the people got. I'm all you got. I'm sorry to say that. You may not appreciate that. You may not even know me. But you know what? I'm all you got. And you are all I got. Because I don't got a government. And I ain't got no police to come help me. I ain't got a doctor I trust. I don't got a teacher I think's really teaching. All I got's you. Okay? And you're all I got. And we got to get that back together. We, the people, need to be something again. We, the people. I love y'all. And as you can tell, I'm getting upset, man. But this ASTH, Appalachia Storage and Transportation Hub, that's what the $84 billion was spent on. This is going to affect the whole Northeast. It's going to make worse the situation that we're all already in. We need more stand. I'm trying to be careful in my wording here because I am not a fan or a believer in peaceful protest. To me, peaceful protest is an oxymoron. How the fuck can you be peaceful if you're protesting? I get not being violent and beating on nobody, but you can't have a peaceful protest. Okay, so we gotta find a way of standing up against this. Because talking and going to the government ain't working. Okay, it ain't working. How many decades we got into it now? You want to go all the way back to the 60s? Did marching and going to the government help the black man? Did it help you, my black brothers and sisters? No, it was other people coming around and saying, I'm tired of it. I don't believe their lies. I see your truth. That's how people come together. That's how you end racism. That's how you end class warfare. That's how you end the drug war, is by getting rid of these motherfuckers. All the wars we're in could be ended by getting rid of the New World Order of the United States federal government right now. Think about that. Every single war we're in, drug war, class war, Middle Eastern war, the war on terror, that's the federal government's wars, y'all. Them ain't our wars. The race war ain't our war. The race war ain't our war. And you damn well know it too, don't you? We've been pitted against each other. We should be mad about that. But we're going to have generations and generations of dead children. You're going to have to cross the river one day and look them dead children in the eye and tell them what you did. Or one day when you're an old person and your grandson or your great-grandson is looking you in the eye and say, Granddad, what did you do when the New World Order made their last grab at humanity? I get chills thinking about that. I know what I'm going to tell mine. Probably ain't going to be there to tell them. They'll hear the stories. Be the story. Live the story. But be you. Quit looking at their lifestyle, their fake death-oriented lifestyle that they're offering you. The house, the white picket fence, the dog, the 2.2 kids, the SUV, the 55-hour-a-week job, the 2 weeks vacation in the Gulf of Mexico. Live the truth, be the truth, but stand up. They're rich enough. They've had their money. Send them on their way. I'm tired of people feeling sorry and praising tax breaks and old poor corporations. No, they're death dealers, and it's over. Think about that. I love y'all. more than anything. And it's hard to get out here and talk about some of this stuff because some of it's so real and so ugly. You know, I mean, you can get in trouble talking about it, but we got to stop it. We got to stop it, and we got to stand up with each other. I stand with you. All I ask you to do is stand with Mother Earth, my Mother Earth. I call her mother. She's my mother, and I love her more than anything. And she's the only reason I'm sitting here right now talking to you. I love my mother, and I love my brother. That's how. You know why though? Because I love myself. When you love ourselves, you'll find a new love, a newfound love for your planet, your brother, like you never. And you do love yourself. You just forgot to love yourself because we've been told to hate ourselves because we've done all these bad things. We ain't done nothing. These corporations have. The only bad thing we've done is buy their shit, buy their lie, quit buying their lie. Just consume less, man. You ain't got to go off grid and go run around like Tarzan. I ain't asking you to be Grizzly Adams. Just buy less of their shit. Use more of what you got and make things last like we used to. Great Depression's coming anyway, so you best get used ready for it. Practice. But they're rich enough. They've raped the planet enough. They've made enough children sick and they've murdered enough children and they've murdered enough of us. Time to stop. I love y'all. Peace. And don't live in fear.